In the previous video, we learned that the Wheatstone bridge only shows the zero deflection inside the current detector when the complete balance condition is being achieved, which stated the ratio of the adjacent arms of the Wheatstone bridge should be equal to the second part of the adjacent arms in the Wheatstone bridge circuit. So hence then the current flowing through the current detector will be zero, and the typical balance condition for this is R1 by R2 is equal to R3 by R4, and by this you can test various resistances by connecting them in Wheatstone bridge. For this typical circuit, the current detector displays zero deflection or zero current only when the balance condition is satisfied completely. So guys, the video is going to consist of two parts. So the first part deals with the derivation of the balance condition of the Wheatstone bridge by using the Kirchhoff's laws and by using Ig is equals to 0 condition. And the second part of the video deals with the comparison of the resistances of 4 identical motors by connecting them in the Wheatstone circuit and checking them whether they are equal or not. So guys, this is the typical Wheatstone bridge circuit, and as we know that the current flows through in this direction and the net current is I here. So when the current flows in this direction, when it enters this circuit network or these two junctions, it will get separated into I1 and I3. So when it enters the R1 and R3 resistors, so we can say that I is equals to I1 plus I3. And when we come through the ABC junction here, the I1 current moving in this direction gets separated into Ig and I2, that is the current flowing through the galvanometer and the current flowing through the second resistor. So this will be the equation. And again, when you have the current flowing through in this direction and the galvanometer current flowing in this direction, both these currents combine up to form the I4 current, that is the current flowing through the resistor 4. So that the second equation will be I4 is equals to I3 plus Ig. So as we know that in order to attain the balance condition for the Wheatstone bridge, we know that the current through the galvanometer should be 0. So Ig is equals to 0 in order to achieve the balance condition for the Wheatstone bridge. So to achieve the bridge balance condition, Ig should be 0, and putting that in these two equations, we get I1 is equals to I2 and I3 is equals to I4. And afterwards, by dividing these two equations, we'll get this equation by rearrangement process. And this is our main equation. So guys, in order to have the zero deflection in the galvanometer, we need to have the potential difference between A and D as 0. So we can write the equation as like this: VA minus VD is equals to 0. So VA is equals to VD. So hence the potential drops at VA and VD should be equal, then only the galvanometer will show zero deflection. So when we take some common reference points such as B here and such as C here, we'll get the relationship between these two and these two resistors. So hence we are taking a common point to describe the relationship between VA and VD. So VAB is equals to VBD. As B is the common point, the potential at VB gets cancelled and we arrive at the same equation there. So I am taking this equation, VAB is equals to VBD. As we can see that VAB is the potential drop on this resistor, that is I1 R1, and VBD is the potential drop on this resistor, that is I3 R3. So we get I1 R1 is equals to I3 R3. And in the same way, when we select C as the common reference point, we get the equation as VAC is equals to VDC, that is I2 R2 is equals to I4 R4. So equating both, we'll get I2 R2 is equals to I4 R4. So by dividing and rearranging both the equations, we get as I1 by I3 is equals to R3 by R1 and I2 by I4 is equals to R4 by R2 from this equation. So by comparing both the equations, that is this main equation and this main equation, we are going to get these two equations. We are going to get this equation, that is R3 by R1 is equals to R4 by R2 by mathematical rearrangement. And again by rearranging this linear in this equation, we will get R2 by R1 or else R1 by R2 is equals to R3 by R4. So thus the balance condition is obtained for the Wheatstone bridge. As I said in the earlier part of the video, we are going to show the 4 motor resistances which are connected in the Wheatstone bridge circuit pattern, and as you can see, all these motors are being connected in Wheatstone bridge circuit pattern, and we are thinking that all these resistances of motors are identical and equal. But let's test whether this is identical or not. If this is to be identical, then the LED here should not show any transition, because the Wheatstone bridge is expected to be balanced. If these are not identical, then the LED will show a transition. So let's on the switch and test. Yeah, there is slight transition which is not visible, but there is slight transition as some current has been flowing through the LED, and hence the bridge is unbalanced as the resistances are not satisfying the Wheatstone bridge condition. Yeah, you can see it here right now. It's very visible that the LED is slightly showing some transition. So hence we can say this is the unbalanced condition of the Wheatstone bridge. You can see the LED is slightly glowing up here. So thank you for viewing my video. So please don't forget to subscribe my channel for this interesting content.